Jeffrey. Hey, everybody.
Am I supposed to be on?
No, but you can.
No, she tell me.
Come on, Jeffrey's iPad. Get on up. There he is. Ooh. I love this behind you. Wow. Tell me about this painting. Wow.
This Lisa's office.
Wow, Lisa's office.
Yeah, she likes that one.
Wow. That is really
Oh,
cool.
I don't know. This is going to be hard. Let's see how we do this.
Wow.
Just a minute. So you can see, it's supposed to be the ocean, and you can see there's like little fishies. Well, let me see if I can find where the little fishies are.
Oh, I see it.
Kind of put in.
Fuck.
So the picture, yeah.
And the size?
That's like, I don't know. It's probably 48 by 48. I think that's about what it is. 36 by 36, something like that.
Really incredible.
36 by 48, yeah.
An artist that you know near
No,
you? Or
I just saw it. I actually had to talk her into it.
you had to talk her into it?
Yeah. She didn't want it at first. Oh, yeah.
Now I see her office.
Let me see her office.
Hey, I like your shirt. Woo! Check it out.
I know, I just, well, let's see. There we go. Okay.
Nice shirt. Nice hat. Do you see my new shirt? Just for 11:11 with Jeff. My friend Patty. Tie-dye Patty.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a good one. So we missed you last week. Nice to see you. How are you? Hi, Mama Grace.
Fine. Yeah, I was in Los Angeles last Saturday morning.
Yes.
And I saw people. Some I hadn't seen probably in 45 years.
I did
Some
not.
I hadn't seen in 30 years. Some I hadn't seen in 10 years. Saw Coach Carroll too. He was there.
Oh, really? Hi, Patty Loman. Patty Loman's here. Patty Loman's here. Lee's here. Grace is here. Rob Morocco. Carol Morocco. So, yeah, I did that this week. One of my closest friends from my first friend in kindergarten died this past week. And went to the funeral, and I saw there were people there that I hadn't seen since third grade. Hey, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Wait, Lee.
Well, this is the memorial. He actually died in January. Because of COVID and everything, getting everybody together. It took till now. They did a family-only funeral then, and now they did the little thing. And so, yeah, it's good.
Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This life. Okay.
Quick.
It's so quick. It's so quick. Unless you're Mama Grace and you're 91, and then you just rock on every day.
True.
Can we talk Springsteen?
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Well,
Has he been in the news? Has there been some news lately?
well, just the tickets. Ticketmaster. Did you watch last week's show with Gary?
No.
It's a good one.
What,
Turn off all alarms. It's a good one.
what do you mean turn off all alarms?
My phone, the alarms go off for certain things.
Did
Like,
he talk
you
about
guys
the
take
tickets?
your supplements.
Did he talk about the tickets?
Yes, he did.
What was his take?
Well, of course he's not going to, I have to believe that somewhere along the way, Bruce is part of, that's how he makes his money. It's not just Ticketmaster going, we're going to charge. He was talking about how the tickets can be bought. You could buy a ticket and then you could go sell it right away on Ticketmaster. You can scalp your own tickets on Ticketmaster.
Well, you could do that anytime.
But no, but you can actually do it on Ticketmaster. I didn't know that.
But you can do that for any ticket on Ticketmaster. Now, if you go pull up your tickets on the app, it'll show you your tickets, and then there's two buttons below that. One says transfer tickets, another one says sell tickets. So
yes, yeah, I don't buy Ticketmaster tickets, so I don't.
Unless the artist who has the right to prohibit that.
And why wouldn't he prohibit it then?
Okay, so here's Jeff's take on the whole thing.
Good. That's who we're here with.
Because I've done a lot of reading and talking and all things. So Bruce has one of the that's a good question. Why doesn't he prohibit the reselling of the tickets? The answer to that, though, in general, is you really can't. There's just too many ways around it. So that's kind of not the fix, really. So the story begins, though, is Bruce has one of the highest requirements for guarantees in the business. And it's so high that he's run off a lot of markets in the past several tours because the promoters are losing money. They're not filling the arenas. They're not selling enough, whatever. And so they've said, we're not taking this loss. So sorry, and so that leaves Bruce with, in the US, not so much in Europe, but in the US, with reduced number of markets for a limited and reduced tour. So they came up with this bright idea that this is this dynamic pricing thing. They go back to these markets and said, here, we're going to help you. We have this thing called dynamic pricing. It rises and flows, rising up and down with the demand. And we'll make more money this way, and we'll make more money quicker, and you'll get your demands met, and there's less risk on you. And that's how this thing, and so that's why they're now playing Tulsa again and some of these other markets, because Tulsa has to meet its guarantee just every bit as much as Brooklyn does. So so now you get this dynamic pricing.
But why does he need such a high guarantee?
Why? Because he and his management have decided he's worth it, and that's what he wants. He's always had a very high guarantee, and they were paying it. And in most parts, he was getting it, and they were making the money. But then as he got older, you go to shows, he wasn't filling the place, and the difference between what he wasn't filling was the loss of the profit to the promoter. Bruce was getting his money. So they say, you want Bruce Springsteen? This is our price. You don't like it? Screw you. But then as the market started,
I know a lot of people I've talked to are saying the same thing to him. Screw you. I can't pay $8,000 to go to a concert.
Well, first of all, it's not going to be $8,000 unless you're a complete friggin' idiot, or unless you are.
There are people that have seen the higher prices.
But they're not. That doesn't mean
$2,000, $800 to see a concert.
Wait. Well, let's go through the.
We're talking about also the experience now with the VIP, and then the VIP.
Well, Bruce didn't start that. There were a lot.
I'm not saying that he did. That was also another conversation we were starting to have, was how, like, even Jazz Fest has a VIP and then another VIP experience now. Everyone's creating these experiences.
Sure, and people are paying it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're not paying you just because you see a ticket for $5,000 on the dynamic pricing thing. See, the dynamic pricing, the algorithm, from what I can gather too, is flawed in a lot of respects. Because
look at the Warriors tickets. Some, they're $70,000 for playoffs, and people pay it.
Sure, but they pay it. They're not paying it. There's a difference. They're not paying that based upon an artificial demand that's been created and an artificial supply. These people manipulated this market. We don't know exactly to the extent because they won't tell us. They come up with, Landau comes up with this bullshit the other day, telling us that, the average ticket price we've sold the tickets for is $200, this thing. And only 88.2% of all the sales were at face price. Well, wait a minute. That's bullshit. I mean, maybe, because all he's doing is talking about the tickets that are sold. So if he puts out, if they don't release all the tickets, say they release, extreme example, let's assume in a 20,000 seat arena, they only release 5,000 tickets, okay? Or think about it, in a 20,000 seat arena, they only make 5,000 tickets available at face price, because that was what was happening. If you would get in and you could if you had a code and you could get in very quickly, there were face price tickets available. But as this algorithm kicked in and people are all trying to get these tickets at the same time, right? That is what the algorithm determined to be higher demand, and the tickets went up instantaneously. So by telling us that that 88% of the sales were for face price doesn't tell us how many tickets were actually made available at face price. If you have a 20,000 seat arena and only 5,000 tickets were available at face price, and 80% of those, I'm using easily round numbers, 80% of those were sold at face price, that's 4,000 tickets, 4,000. That's not 88, that's 1/5 of the arena. That's 20% of the market. So their math, they were just bullshitting us. And they won't tell us how many tickets actually could be bought at face price. And we know damn well that it wasn't. We know from our own experiences. We know from our eyes. We saw it all. We tried it all. We know for sure they didn't make 90.
How did you do? Did you get tickets?
I got tickets for one show. I had a code. I got in. I was in and out in 5 minutes.
Because you had to be verified too, right?
Except for 5 shows that they didn't have a verified process. Ticketmaster didn't do those. SeatGeek and the AXS did the other 5. And everybody, and it was still a clusterfuck, with trying to get in. I tried on one and I forgot about the other 2. I forgot they were on sale and I didn't even try, not that it would have been. But there's more horror stories than that. So understand that's a problem number 1.
Okay.
Is they're not making all these tickets available at face price. They were claiming these were face price, and as soon as everybody flooded the thing, there's high demand, we're going to instantaneously. And it was even worse. I saw it myself, and a lot of people, well, let me give you an example of what happened.
I love that shirt you have on.
Yeah, really. A friend of mine yesterday, here's the experience he had trying to get tickets for Brooklyn, which was not a verified. And this was typical.
Mike's loves art house.
Well, that's not the right one.
Why are you in Lisa's office? Just curious. I love.
Because we have a house full of people sleeping. We have out of town guests in.
Oh,
so they're in the little. We have a nephew here from Arizona.
Oh, nice.
So he and his girlfriend have been here since Thursday, and so they're sleeping next in the room I'm usually at, or next to the room I'm usually at there. Lisa and Layla are sleeping over there, so I'm hiding out in here. So here's what I saw yesterday. If you want to stay on this topic.
If I what?
If you want to stay on this topic.
We're on this topic.
Okay.
You are this topic.
So he writes, okay, so he goes to try to get Brooklyn. He didn't need a verified code. It was done through, I think, C.
Can you come a little bit closer to your device? Thank you.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, because the microphone.
So we want to try to, our goal here is to get general admission to be in the pit, at least, for the early things, so that's the goal. So he says, got in 7 minutes in. So that would be 7 minutes after the hour. No GAs. Then started pulling them up at face value. But every time he clicked on one of them, he got the error message that said, another fan beat you to them. when it was, in other words, it would show up, you'd click on the ticket,
You get it.
boom, another fan. It was, I call what's happened the last week and a half. This has been like a game of whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole where you hit
Okay.
and then it's over here, and it's over here, and it's over here, and it's over there. This is
Whack-a-mole.
trying to get tickets.
That's a terrible game. Poor whack-a-mole.
Listen. So then he says, okay. So he says he like 20 times he kept trying that, and he would get another fan beat you to it. Then he finally pulls up a single for face value, says it was for face value, clicks on it to face value. You click the next thing to go to checkout, and the ticket had gone from $399 to $1,146.46. Okay, it literally, they said this ticket's available for $399. And you say, I want the ticket. I click on the ticket, and boom, the next thing you see, it's $1,100. Now the algorithm has kicked in, and the GAs at that point in time for anybody were up to $900 plus things. So that's what happened over and over. You would click on a screen for a ticket at a price, and they're trying to tell us that 88% of all the 88% people are able to get it at 88%. Only 11% of the people are paying this dynamic pricing. It's complete horseshit. Okay, so that's what has got most. Look, a lot of people are upset. They say he owes it to us to not charge the market value. I'm not getting there. He charges whatever he wants. But to play these bait and switch games with us when you try to get in.
Yeah, that's not.
And
so
the algorithm.
Get any other tickets because they were sold out?
We don't know if they're not sold out. We don't know if they released everything. They don't tell.
It's messed up.
So
I think Bruce should just play for free.
No, he should not play for free.
Whack
they shouldn't BS this stuff. They want
Rich just said whack a boss.
Yeah.
Why not? One show, free.
What you don't know what he's going to do, and I think he's a good chance he'll be streaming the shows on Nugs.
Yeah, it sounds like it, according to Gary.
Yeah. Oh, he's hearing the same thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. And what tells me is there's three clues to that. Number one is all his releases are on Nugs now anyway. So he's working with them. Number two is we heard Gary interview the president of Nugs one night at Dead Company. And Gary asked him, yeah, we're very interested. We'd really like to do that. You could tell that was. And three, this makes sense. Given the high price of the tickets, this gives people access at a low price. It just it's got to be part of the plan.
Say that last part.
It's with the price of tickets. This makes it accessible to people to watch live streaming. Plus, I guess they'll make a ton of friggin' money. Oh my God, $30 a shot or whatever. Right. Of course, for Bruce, it'll probably be 75, right. assuming they don't do dynamic pricing.
A friend of Rich's got seats in Philly for $299.
Good. I got in at Albany for $349 plus fees. But now you know what the fees are.
Plus the fee FIFO.
The fees were $80 a ticket.
The fee. There was a meme that had all the different breakdowns of tickets, breakdowns on Ticketmaster, and one of the added, what is it? The cost was a fee FIFO.
Yes.
Just because I can't even tell a joke right now. I'm sorry. It's too early for me.
But as I told some of my friends, look, the bottom line is we're probably not spending any more money this time than we did before. We're just not going to go very often. Now the same amount of money that used to get us, we go 10 times, now we're only going twice.
$349 plus fees for one ticket.
My ticket was $349 plus $80 in fees for one ticket.
$80 in fees?
The fees were $80. I've seen people, if you want to go, and it's a different market. So you go now, the lowest price GA available anywhere we can see is, like on SeatGeek, it's $392 for a pit ticket in Tulsa.
Plus fees.
$130 in fees.
Why do they alternate? Why is it?
Well, that's SeatGeek.
80 for you and 130 for someone. Can you do me a favor? Are you on you're not on your phone. You have a second device there. Can you go on right now and try to see what it would be to buy a ticket somewhere?
Well, let's just go on Ticketmaster. Where do you want to go? Okay. Want to go to New
Jenna
York?
Mammina. Oh, sorry, Jenna doesn't have any gigs. Sorry, it have to be somebody else.
Let's go to New York.
Hopefully you get free popcorn for the $80 fee. No, it's just a fee fi fo fee. Fee fi fo fo. AJ Martinez in the house. Hello, everybody. Core group here today. What up? Everyone's here to see Jeff Metzger. So 4:30 for one ticket. Wow, Jeff, will you hire me for anything? Yeah, can we all come work for you, Jeff? He would.
Well, if I said I bought, you wouldn't say, if I said I was going to 3 shows and I spent $150 a piece, you wouldn't think anything of it. So, but I'm not going to 3 shows. I'm going to 1 show.
I have a feeling you're going to end up going to more than one. Just.
I think my goal is probably 2. I'll figure out a way to get.
And where are you going?
This one's in Albany.
Not
Albany. You ask Albany. Why Albany? You ask.
Walking down the street in Albany.
There's a lot of reasons why, but.
Never.
Okay, so you want to know what you can get let's say New York, in Madison Square Garden. Here you go. MSG. Right now, MSG general admission, standing room only, $1,994 plus fees.
Standing room only. So what are the fees?
Let's see if it tells me.
Go out like you're going to buy it, and then don't press.
I have to do that. Let's just see.
It's to the queen.
I don't want to buy the ticket by mistake.
Don't buy it.
Well, now it tells me. It doesn't tell me how many the fees were. Oh, here it is. You ready?
Yes.
There's 2 fees.
Just 2. No fee.
One is $2.95 for the order processing fee, and for the service fee for this one ticket, $453.64. So for $2,450.59, you can be in the pit at MSG.
And for $11.11, you guys could support Jenna Mammina on 11/11. $400.
So this is a verified resale ticket. So now let's go back to what you were saying. Okay, about this. You started with the resale. People scalping there. Sure, you can put your own ticket up. The problem that has existed here is, by all evidence, it is not people buying tickets and selling them. It is Ticketmaster buying them up and then turning them into resale. How do we know that? Because you go in the thing would start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and at 10:20, you have hundreds of verified resale tickets already on the map. Now, how in 20 minutes could all of those people have bought the tickets and decided instantaneously that they're not intending to go, they're going to put them up? So the other racket that appears to be going on is that they're using this algorithm to drive up ticket prices, and they'll keep some available for first-time buyers, which they call the platinum, and the other ones they buy up themselves and just flip them.
Right.
And so that ticket that I just told you about was $399. Let's assume that ticket was not done that way. Somebody actually, whether a scalper or somebody else, a ticket broker or even a person, bought that ticket. So the ticket was probably $399 to start with. Okay, so Ticketmaster $399, and was probably maybe $100 in fees. So they get $100 in fees. That same ticket then is put back up on resale, but now they get a chance to make $450 in fees. So Ticketmaster now scores twice on the same ticket.
That's so messed up.
So you don't want to know why longtime fans are pissed? I mean, there's evidence galore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for good reason.
Mostly because they did not give you a chance to buy a ticket at face price. They did this, and their argument is, see, the demand is there. Otherwise, the scalpers get the ticket. Well, that presumes, doesn't it?
How dare them?
That presumes, doesn't it, that They're saying that then the majority, if not everybody, who's buying a ticket is doing it to scalp it, doing it to resell it.
Right.
So under this guise, they're preventing a lot of real fans from getting tickets at the prices that they set as being, what they set. So it was
bad karma.
yeah, and they did sell a few of them too. They did sell a few of them at face price. And every show I saw people got in for the face price. But those things were gone within 10 minutes. Then it was all the dynamic pricing kicked in. So
They call it dynamic pricing.
It's called dynamic pricing. It's the platinum tickets, verified platinum, which means that they're
How
out.
do you become verified?
Huh?
Verified. How do you become verified?
You have to. That's another part of the bullshit.
You have to fill out like.
Yeah, you just apply. You just say I want to this and that, and then they randomly, because there's more people that wanted to be verified than they gave verified to. They give you a code, and only those people with the verified code were able to buy from Ticketmaster when it went on sale. And those people, even if you had a code, you were still. There's times there was 2,000 people ahead of you in line when you get in the waiting room. So, and then when you finally got your chance, you had no chance to buy a ticket at face price. Okay, you asked me, I told you. That's my rant for the day.
So you're going to try for one other ticket. I didn't mean to start your morning out like this, but
No,
you
it's
knew I
fine.
was going to ask you, I think.
I'm just mad that I forgot to get on early for Brooklyn yesterday because some people who did actually got in and got some people I know got the GAs at the pit tickets right at the beginning for the face price. Which I can't go to Brooklyn because it's right before Africa, but I could have certainly traded it for some other show, who wants a GA for that one. Anyway, I've got one ticket for one show. So I was, and it's why Albany, you ask, or did you not ask?
Why Albany? Walking down the street in Albany.
The answer is because Albany was right before Philadelphia. Okay. And Philadelphia is my preferred locale, the best place to see it. The best place to see it. We always like to go to Philly. So I figured, okay, Philly. But Philly wasn't a verified. Philly was done by some other organization. So I sought to be verified by Albany. It's also near New York, and it's Kevin's birthday that week, so I can do all this. So I got verified, got a ticket in Albany. So
seriously, what does it take to be verified? I'm.
You go on Ticketmaster. You click on Bruce Springsteen. He said you have to be verified. What's your name? You have to sign into your account. You request.
You have to create an account. Okay.
So they say if you're picked, you'll get an email or text the night before with your code. Then you get emails that says you've been selected. You'll get a code, or they say you're on the wait list, and then you're screwed.
So what are you doing this afternoon?
Going to the Sawdust Festival in Lagoon.
Sawdust Festival. You've talked about that before. Oh, tell us about the Sawdust Festival. It sounds so cool.
It's a 2-month art festival.
Right.
It's kind of got kind of an outdoorsy. There's sawdust all over the grounds, and the artists have booths. And there's just a lot of art.
But it's the sawdust, like they dump all this sawdust, and you walk on the path.
Or the equivalent of.
My sister makes that out of horse manure.
There's probably a couple of hundred artist booths there.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I remember saying last year, I really want to go to the Sawdust. Next year, I'm going to Sawdust. Next year. And
it's across the street from the Laguna Arts Festival. So there's 3. There's actually 3 art festivals right there together at the same time.
Do they have music at these venues?
Not all of them.
You love Sawdust, William? When I was a kid, the Whirlpool had a picnic every year, and they would do this. They'd do a tarp with sawdust on it, and they'd hide coins in it, and they would let in 4 or 5 kids at the same time, and we would all sift through this. You had 5 minutes or something, and you sift through the sawdust for coins and little party favors. I just had that visual. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Has that ever been anyone had that experience? Sawdust. It's in what town?
Laguna Beach.
It's in Laguna Beach. And then your staycation's coming up, yes?
After Labor Day.
And out in Mexico, in Feb, maybe. Some
Maybe. TBD. We're going to Paso Robles for that area for 4 days at the end of the August. Keith and Gazelle will be there. Who are now in Mexico City for this month. They get out of the heat. They're doing actually they told me they're going to do 2 more months there in the fall.
Wow.
Their new favorite place.
Mexico City's a blast. I love Mexico.
Sounds like it. He says it's incredible.
It's so vibrant and it's beautiful. Even flying over Mexico City, it looks like that shirt you have on. Tell us about the shirt you have on.
I just got out of bed today. I couldn't see, had my glasses on. Just grabbed the first thing that I could reach.
Are you going to wear that to the Sawdust Festival?
I am probably not, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on. It looks so good on you. It's a good shirt. Soon to have more.
I guess it's a possibility. I guess I could be talking
Isn't
to
it
it.
a nice quality though? Doesn't it feel good?
Yeah, it's good. I could be talking to it.
It's a nice Canadian quality. It's a Canadian cotton. It's true. And are you guys? What was for dinner last night? I'm missing my Jeff
I
Metzger.
made dinner for 8 people last night. It was busy.
You cooked for 8? What did you make?
We went out on a Duffy boat. You know what a Duffy boat is? We went out on the Newport Bay yesterday for a 2-hour cruise on the Duffy boat. Duffy boat's a little boat. You just look up Duffy boat. It's just a little boat with a little motor. You just kind of cruise around very slowly.
Okay. I've been on a Duffy boat.
So we go. You have to avoid the big boats. We just in Newport Bay. You go all the way out to right before the ocean. You turn around, you come back, and you look at all the houses, and you try to stay out of the way of the big boats, which you got to pay attention. And so this time we had no. This time our Duffy boat, we had no misadventures.
This time
we had no misadventures. This time was just a nice, easy cruise with no problems. Had just no glitches, no getting our motor caught in a buoy line, not getting a buoy line wrapped around the motor that made us have to get out of the boat and climb underneath and extract the buoy line from the motor without killing ourselves. Nothing like that ever happened this time.
Was Lisa there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why.
We had 6. No, she was there. She was there every time we go. But this time,
I wasn't paying attention.
This time we didn't have any misadventure. This time everything ran smoothly.
This time. How often do you go?
This time.
You want to talk about
probably I think it's our 3rd time over the last few years.
Do you rent? Is this a rent-a-boat kind of
this
thing?
Time, huh? Yeah, you rent. Huh?
Were you driving the other times?
You want to know about the other times? Is that what you're asking? Oh, you want to know about the other times? What do you want to know about the other times?
Tell me about the second time.
That was with our kids, I think, over Thanksgiving, and that time it ran quite smoothly as well.
And another time?
Oh, you want to know about the other time? Are you?
I do. What about you guys?
You mean the first time? The time we went?
Very first time. About the very
first time we went for Lisa's birthday with 8 people.
Oof.
For 3 hours, all of whom told me, don't drink beer, Jeff, out there, because, the water, the whole thing, it's going to make you have to go to the bathroom. Oh, bullshit.
Pass me another beer.
So So, of course, after drinking a couple of beers, at
Did
some
you
point
have to
I have to go to the bathroom. But where are you going to go to the bathroom? So we had to find a place to stop. So turns
What?
out,
Wait. You were out on a boat and you had to go to the bathroom and you went somewhere to go to the bathroom?
so we had to find where can we stop to go
Fisherman, are
to
you?
the bathroom. So one of the group says, I know this guy, he lives right on Bevel Island near it. Let me call him. We can dock the boat. He lives like a block away. We can run, use his bathroom, and get back on the boat. That's a good idea. So all the plans are made, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull up to this dock, get off, run up the thing. I am unfortunately the one who's driving at the time.
This is.
As
I
start
gotta
to
get some popcorn, guys.
start to approach the dock and getting in, I get cut off by another big boat, which causes me to veer to the left, in which I run over a buoy line, a line that connects a boat to the anchor on the ground, and get that line caught up in the motor, which I make worse by trying, I guess, to spin my way out of it, and it ties up the motor, wraps this thing around. Now we're supposed to be back in probably 45 minutes, and none of us knows what the hell to do. And we're underneath this trying, and we got everything off. Don't turn the boat on, because if the motor comes off, it'll cut our heads off.
Right.
So we're probably, 40, I don't know, 20 or 30 yards maybe off the shore. And there's this guy
laughing
on the shore with his girlfriend who's watching all of us try to do this. And he starts saying, "You're not going to get it done," and da 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 da. And he's kind of snarling at us, and we say, "Can you?" He says, "Well, what do you know what to do? And can you help us ultimately?" And he says, "Yeah, for a price, I can."
$500, I can.
Well, as it turns out, long story short, we didn't have any cash. We didn't have a cash. He ends up swimming out there, and he's just totally pissed. Comes out, he's swimming out there trying, and he's scared that one of us idiots is going to turn the friggin' motor on and cut off his head. So he's underneath there, and we're all helping in the water and trying, and he figures out how to get this line undone. Okay, and then we start going around. Who's got money? I think we had like $95 total in cash among all of us, because we're not going. We don't need cash. We give him the money, and we limp the boat back in. We limped the boat back in like 5 minutes late. And how was it? Oh, it was great time.
Everything was fabulous.
So this could have been a real disaster. Yeah, it could have been.
This time could have been, or that time?
That time could have been a real disaster.
But this time, nothing eventful happened.
No. Made no stops.
You're going to stay on the ground today.
Drank no beer.
You're going to be grounded in sawdust today. Are you going to see a specific artist? Are you going to?
No, our friends from out of town want to go. We're just tagging along, taking them.
So next year, Sawdust Festival, I'm there.
It's all July and August, 2 months.
2 months. I'm going to be there. I have to get back to LA anyway. Got to go see Mondo. What did you make last night? And then I'll let you go, because I know you got to go do something.
Garlic, rosemary, roast potatoes, Caesar salad, a 4.25 pound piece of pork, king salmon from New Zealand, grilled asparagus, and actually Ali brought some fresh tuna that somebody actually was frozen. But a friend of theirs had caught it and brought back to him.
Lovely.
So, delicious bread from our New Zealand guy, or actually from the local guy. And gluten-free chocolate brownies for
what? Gluten-free
chocolate brownies for dessert.
How fun. And are you guys watching anything groovy?
The old man.
The Old Man. I haven't started it.
He's great.
I hear it.
We're in the middle of episode 3, but it is, yeah, he's really great.
I hear it's great. We'll have to see it. And the little girl, where is she? She's still sleeping? I'm touching
Well,
on it.
I've got the door closed.
Oh, okay.
She's got doors. So let's see who's outside. Lisa looks like she's
Good morning,
she's
Lisa.
outside. So Layla's probably outside with her.
Tell Lisa I'm sorry she wasn't there for the story of the boat and the rope because I would have loved to have heard her.
Oh, she can tell the story about the thing much better than I did.
Like,
She has a much more ability to recall details than I do, and she would have, I'm sure, added to that story. Maybe even embellished it
you'll
a little
have to
bit.
probably tell
Much
it
more
again. It's kind of like the glass story. Well, I hope that you share the show on your page so your friends can see you and see that cool shirt you have and hear your great story and explanation about Bruce Springsteen and Ticketmaster. And thank you. Thank you.
That's good.
And tonight, Gary
Have a
Lambert
good
is going to be in his house for the final show. For the final,
What?
he's moving out of his house.
Gary?
Gary, yeah, out of his parents' house.
Well, you finally sold it?
Well, they haven't sold it yet, but he has to move because they're going to stage it and do all that stuff. So he's moving. Might be next week, but I think it's tonight.
What is his last show, you said?
Not his last show. His last show in the house. I'm sorry.
His last show in the house is tonight or next week.
Or next week, yeah. Yep. As the kids say, yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. I don't know where that one started. I want to know where these things originate. I still want to know where perfect started. Who started the perfect?
What do you got going this weekend?
Hanging out. We're going to go to the farmer's market in a little bit. And then we've been playing lots of cards with our neighbor. I went to a garden. A friend of mine has this big, beautiful farm. And I got all this produce. And we've been making salads and grilling and doing. And the sweet corn right now, you guys. You've never had better sweet corn in your life than what's happening right this very minute in Michigan. And I'm also going tomorrow, I'm going to take some plants out. A friend of mine was killed last week in a drunk driving accident.
Oh, Jesus.
And where he was killed, people have been bringing out planting flowers and they're going to plant a tree. And
Oh, my, in Michigan?
yeah.
Ugh. Sorry. Ugh.
Yeah, bad. So don't drink and drive. And probably don't drink and be on a boat.
Well, or at least have a better bladder control.
Or just, that you just kind of go over in the corner and go over the boat.
Well, then you're facing charges for indecent exposure. So that's because there's a lot of people out there.
Got it. William's sharing the show. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff Metzger.
You guys.
Say hi to everybody. Bye.
All right.
I like that painting. I'm so glad she bought it. Okay, kids, tonight Jeff Metzger, tomorrow morning AJ, tomorrow night, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm waiting for Nicholas. If you're still here, I'm waiting for you to jump on the show. So think about that. Monday morning, we will be doing some movement. Monday night, meditation. Tuesday morning, don't know. Tuesday night, don't know. Wednesday night, don't know. Thursday morning, Michael Keel. Thursday night, Greg Verdict is coming back next Thursday night. I loved having him on. Hi, Bonnie. Loved having him on, and I'm going to love having him on next Thursday as well. I think. I'll let you know really soon. If not Thursday. AJ again? Yes, we got to check in on your hand. All right, everybody. Have a beautiful day. It is a Saturday, and that's the way to be. And Jeff Metzger, yes, he is. One more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger. And Rich, thank you so much, 'cause you're a stitch. And everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. And always have lovely thoughts and always have lively words and always have a large heart. Thank you, Tie-Dye Patty. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Share the show. Tell your friends. Love hard. Have a beautiful day. Really hard.